Top first leadoff hitter Tony Womack off Jesus Sanchez, and Sanchez says stop it. Same inning, Greg Colburn, go away. Jesus looked good early. Top four now, Sanchez facing Damian Miller, nobody on, and it's 1-0. We have a correction, we have an update. This is a Sports Center update. Miller homers to left, 9th of the year. It's 2-0. Fast forward, bottom of the 8th, 2-1 D-back still. Byung-Young Kim facing Mike Lowell with 2 on.
Bautista on the
Loops wanted right. Danny Bautista looked like he had it, just missed his glove. Mark Smith scores, game tied at 2. Bautista a spot cross, a tad miffed a bit early. Same inning. Morgan to Dave Berg with the bases loaded, and he singles to right center, scoring Preston Wilson and Mike Lowell, who slides in safely. Marlins go up 4-2, and they go on to win by that score. For Byung-Young Kim, his 5th blown save and his 5th flop of the season. After trading away All-Star Mike Bordick to the Mets yesterday, the O's continued their personal implosion late tonight, sending Harold Baines and Charles Johnson to the White Sox. A move that signifies Chicago's ready to match whatever the Tribe does, as Chicago wants to keep their lead in the AL Central. Here we have the lead in full glorious graphic detail. Harold Baines is headed to the White Sox for a 3rd time. He was there 80 through 89 and also in 96 and 97. Charles Johnson now joins his 4th team, the Marlins, Dodgers, and O's. In exchange, the Orioles get Brooke Fordyce and 3 minor league pitchers. Now, before all this, Steve Phillips on the phone watching Mike Bordick make his opening debut as the Mets played the Cards, and Charlie Steiner.
Bordick first ball swing, high fly ball to deep left field, way back, and it is gone, a home run!
In his first swing, happy hour for Mike Bordick. Tied the game at 1. Opening act's always important, no matter how far off Broadway you are. Top 6, 3-2 Cards. Craig Paquette, but Rick Ventura, fresh off the Robin Ventura, fresh off the DL, makes the great catch. Rick Reed gets out of the jam. You know what I meant. Meanwhile, Mike Piazza, I think he hurt something. An unbelievable schmack off Andy Bennis. 455 feet, Piazza's 29th, game tied at 3. Later in the bottom of the 6th, Todd Zeal at the plate. Zeal, shot to center, and I don't care what anyone says, Jim Edmonds can flat out play. An unbelievable over-the-shoulder catch. Take another look. He's been doing it all year. But Zeal not the only one showing good defense. Top 7 still tied at 3. Langford lists this one into shallow center. Jay Payton makes the catch. Now pitcher Rick Ankiel, a pinch runner, trying to score. Risky maneuver. What happens if you get hurt? Said he just got out. Dennis Cook is fired up. 3-3, bases loaded. Lenny Harris off Mike James. Singles to right. Ventura, Robin comes in to score. And Bobby V and the Mets smile and chew gum as the Mets win at 4-3. So the curtain will not fall quickly on Mr. Bordick as the Mets look good in the win.
Top 9, Jose Vidro. And that's a base hit. As Montreal and Cincinnati would go late into this one, Ken Griffey Jr., the base hit. Down the line, drives in Barry Larkin. And Griffey would end up at 3rd. Now it's Dante Bichette with a base hit to left field. Another run comes in to score. But the big story of this game was Eddie Taubensee. We'll get to him in a moment. Lee Stevens here from Montreal. Dimitri Young with a spectacular effort makes the catch. Now it's Taubensee in the top of the 9th. A swing and a drive. Looking for the tie. 2 outs. Gone his 5th of the year. We're all tied up at 3. Bottom of the 9th, runners on 1st and 2nd, Harold, for Chris Widger.
Well, it's a big at-bat. Widger doesn't get the butt down, butts it a little hard. Great play by Steins, who's playing 3rd base this game, to know where he's at, turn around, make the play. Next hitter, base hit to left field, but Dimitri Young charges hard, comes up with a strong throw, and guns him down at the plate, Bill. So they come up with 2 big plays in the 9th, and then Taubensee comes back in the 10th.
And the 11th, he does it again. He tied it, and here, the go-ahead run, another home run for him, and that proved to be the difference as the Reds win it by the score of 4-3. So Taubensee, 2 home runs in the game, just has 6 on the year. Reds improved to 20-12 in 1-run games, best in the league. Mark Wohlers, 2 perfect innings. Denny Graves improves to 10-2 with 3 scoreless innings of relief. Now,
not doing well. It loses us 5 out of 7. We're on the 3rd side of 1. Bases loaded. Paul Canerico off Kent Bodenfield. Conks off the wall. over Garrett Anderson's head, and the bases being cleared. The Sox get out front by a count of 4-1. Bottom of 4, Angels down 5-4, 1 on, and Anderson takes it to right. Maglio Ordonez jumps, but not high enough. Tim Salmon will score. Tied at 5. Anderson now 75 RBI this season. 5th inning, tied at 5. Adam Kennedy against Lorenzo Barcello. Hits it far and over a wall. His 7th of the season. The Angels get out front 6-5. Top of 9. Sox down 6-5. Canerico against Troy Percival. Goes down looking and complaining as well to Dale Scott, but doesn't do him much good as the White Sox go down once again. The White Sox are supposed to be real good, but they've now lost 6 of the last 8.
Public seeing his son play in the States for the first time, and watch him play here, Dad. Nomar Garciaparra, he's got a free hand. Tejada picks it up. Nomar out. Nice play by Tejada. Bottom 3rd, Adam Pyatt, 1-0, 2 on. Up Jeff Fassero. Oh, that is negative feedback if you're Jeff Fassero. 3-run homer. His 3rd of the year. 4 ribs. A's up 4-0. Top 4th, Garciaparra again. Uh-oh. There's Tejada. This time he does use the glove. He's up. Nomar goes 0 for 3, drops to 394 in the batting average column. Bottom 5, bases loaded for Terrence Long. 4 A's. Jose Offerman. Jose Offerman's got it, and whoop, strong arm. Aim wasn't so good. Jason Giambi, Olmedo signs score. 6th error of the season for Offerman. Cerro, not happy. 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 6 hits. Same inning. A's starter Kevin Appier, well, his home team gave him 7 runs, took 27 minutes. He had to do a little throwing on the side. 12-0.
The Mariners in front. Frank Castillo to John Olerud. The bases were loaded. Going to left. Looks routine. Shannon Stewart should have it. Newbie honks off his face. This wouldn't happen in the Kingdom. Mark McLemore and Alex Rodriguez come and score, and it's not good for Stewart. In some kind of pain. See again, hit off. Part of his sunglasses protected him somewhat. It was taken out of the game. Contusion above his left eye. David Wells obviously pulling for his teammate. 5-5. John Frascatore pitching in the 7th. Alex Rodriguez. He gets hit and he's mad. And those two get into each other a bit. A-Rod pointing at the pitcher. Lou Piniella and Jim Fregosi come out and stare at each other. And I don't know what they said. 7th inning, tied at 5, 2 on 2 out. Paul Quantrill pitching. Mark McLemore batting. McLemore rips that, but Alex Gonzalez with a good play. Inning over, Mariners strand 2, now in the 10th. Bases loaded for Ricky Henderson. Wiffle ball at Curves. Mariners would not score in that inning, stranding 16 in the game, but in the 13th, bottom up. Edgar Martinez conks it through the middle, and Roy Halladay gave it up. Ricky Henderson scores. The Mariners win. Show them what they've won. A baseball game, 6-5. So the Mariners win their first extra inning game of the season.
Trying to lay down the bunt for an RBI.
What happened there? Lays down the bunt. Rogers, not a good throw. Debbie Cruz scores at 6-zip. 7-0 now. Gabe Kapler's up. Little roller. Halter, barehanded. Fine play. 6th inning, 10-1 Tigers. Raffy Palmeiro's up. Out of the game, but gets his name in the paper for this. 389 career home runs. That ties Johnny Bench. Tigers win it by a count of 10-2. Juan Gonzalez, Wendell McGee Jr., and Hal Morris each had 3 hits for the Tigers. Hideo Nemo goes 8 innings, 2 earned runs.
Kerry Wood with a runner on second. And Jeff Gett to the right center field wall. Marvin Bernard will tally. Kent goes into second with a double. His 89th RBI gives the Giants a 1-0 lead. Then Wood facing Doug Mirabelli. Cubs up 2-1. 1 on. Fastball. Strike 1. Weak swing. Strike 2. I can't look. And Mirabelli is finished. Wood struck out 5 in 6 innings. Bottom 5, Cubs up 2-1. Russ Ortiz facing Joe Girardi with the bases loaded, and Girardi singles to center. Sammy Sosa will tally. Cubs go up 3-1. Giants still have the bases loaded in a jam, and Kerry Wood, little hopper, but it takes a huge bounce over Kent. Henry Rodriguez and Willie Green score. Cubs take a 5-1 lead. Top 7, Cubs now up 8-1. Ground ball up the middle. Eric Young fields, steps, throws. It's a double play. Happy, happy, joy, joy. And the Cubs go on to win this one 8-1. For Kerry Wood, his 3rd straight win, the first of them. None of this pleased Paul Rigdon, who was traded for Mr. Wickman in his viewer's debut. Top one, Rigman facing Jeffrey Hammonds. And that's not coming back. 17th of the year. Rockies lead 2-0. Hammonds 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. Bottom four, Julian Tavares getting his first start since '96. Grounds to Charlie Hayes, who grounds out to new Rocky Jeff Fry, 4-6-3 double play. Bottom six, only one out. Gabe White facing Jeff Jenkins. And Jenkins grounds to short. There are now 2 outs. And then we have premature tubes of meat on the field. They came out after only 2 outs instead of 3. And so for a penalty, they, of course, were given Bob Wickman posters. By the way, in case you hadn't figured it out, the Rockies win. Shane Reynolds and Jones. Grounder to Jeff Bagwell, who misplays it. His 6th error of the season. That would be thematic of the highlights. Rafael Furcal comes in on the score. 1-0 Braves. Following a Wally Joyner sac fly, Javi Lopez facing Reynolds. And come back, Shane! Javi, his 18th Homa of the year, a 2-run shot. Braves leave 4-0. Reynolds would leave after the first with tightness in his back. It's now 5-3 Braves. Andrew Jones on second, Chipper at first, double steal. Tony Eusebio's throw gets away from Chris Truby. Truby's 4th error. Jones scores. Braves lead 6-3. Still bottom of the second. Wally Joyner sac fly. Wally Joyner home run. The Georgia native. His 4th of the year, much to Lance Berkman's chagrin. Braves take an 8-3 lead. Bottom three, 8-3 Braves. Jason Green facing Rafael Furcal. Bases loaded. Furcal slow roller. Truby throws home for 1, but Eusebio's throw to first is, well, high. George Lombard comes home to score. Astros with 4 errors. Jason Green, can't believe it, leads to 3 unearned runs as the Braves win 13-5. Joyner's homer also his 200th of his career.
2-2 the count.
Dodgers looking to gain a full game on the Diamondbacks. Cliff Politte just called up for Phillies, strikes out Eric Karros. Alex Cora, he's silly. Then Karros again, I'm not picking on you, it's just my job. 7 scoreless innings in his first start since being recalled from the minors. Bottom 5, 1 out, runners on first and second. Mickey Morandini rips a double to right off Kevin Brown. Politte scores, so there goes my entire lead-in. Phillies now lead at 2-0. Top 6, 3-0 Phillies. Gary Sheffield appears to get all of this Politte offering, but Doug Glanville says appearances are deceiving. Top 8, bases loaded, 2 outs. Phillies leading 3-0. Vicente Padilla, newly acquired, pitching, and Adrian Beltre grounded to short, but Desi Relaford flips to end the threat. But check the replay. Todd Hundley appeared to be safe. However, it's the old neighborhood play. Padilla and the Phils go on to win the final 3-0. How about Politte? 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs. Carlos Hernandez batting against Francisco Cordova and Aramis Ramirez. Great stop and the throw skips across to get him. Bottom 5, 6-1 Pirates. Carlos Almanzar facing Ramirez with runners on the plate, and Almanzar strikes out Ramirez. However, Hernandez tries to pick off Kevin Young, and the throw gets by Ryan Klesko. Then Brett Boone's throw gets by Kevin Nicholson. Brian Giles and Young score, and eventually this will all make sense. 8-1 Pirates, as there were 347 words in 3 inches of copy. Pirates go on to win 10-2. Brian Giles goes 5 for 5 for the 2nd time this season, and the Pirates have scored 26 runs in the last 2 nights after tallying just 12 in their previous 5. Brian Tolberg suffers his first Major League loss in his 8th start. We move on. Double Rays and Royals, and Brian Ricard completely comfortable with his feminine side, celebrating his first complete game, hula-ing. Top 7, Max Suzuki pitching in a scoreless game. John Flaherty. We are scoreless no more. His 5th and his first since June 9th, 1-0 Tampa Bay. Top 8, 1-0 D-Rays. Greg Vaughn launches one into the pen. 17th, D-Rays up 2-0. Bottom 8, Royals threatening Albi Lopez, first and second, no outs. Lopez gets Ray Sanchez to pop the bunt up to Vinny Castilla, who throws to Felix Martinez for the double play. D-Rays out of a jam, and they go on to win 2-1. Their season-high 4th straight win. Lopez finished 1 out shy of his 3rd complete game.
Once again, total baseball is awed by our statistical prowess. There's Clemens bringing it. They look pretty good, but it's called a ball, and David Ortiz walks. Clemens has a discussion with Jorge Posada. We're in the 3rd Clemens. Christian Guzman also thought that was a strike, but it's called a ball by Tim Timmons. Now Clemens gets into it a bit more. My watch costs more than your car. Later in that inning, 2 out, 1 gone. Guzman at 3rd, and Ron Coomer flies out. We'll just throw a bunch of letters together and you make words of them. Paul Neal gets out of the inning, and that lady's reading a book. Okay. No score, we're in the 6th. Eric Milton against Derek Jeter. Jeter blutes it. Ryan Thompson coming and scoring. The Yankees get up 1-0. No-hitter and shutout all done in that inning. We're in the 8th. Game tied at 2-2 on. Ramiro Mendoza to Chad Moeller. Hits it far, and then he gets through. And Chula off the back wall. Jock Jones, Denny Hawking scoring. Moeller, he wants to score too. He played some time and played some games out in New Britain. And here he gets the inside the park on his first ever home run. Moeller becoming the first guy to do that way back since May. But Jason Beret making his Indians debut. Brady Anderson, another pitch. No, I'm all set. Beret, 7 innings, 8 hits given up, 6 Ks, 3 earned runs. We're in the 2nd here. 1-0 Indians. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pat Rapp against Manny Ramirez. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Home run. It's a grand slam home run. Ramirez with 21 home runs. Not in this game. 3rd inning, 5-3. Holbert Cabrera. Bueno. Takes it to left. Travis Fryman will score a point for his team. Then Cleveland is up 6-3. Cabrera, 5 for 5. Top of the 4th, runner first. Manny Ramirez that had that grand slam earlier. Takes it over some fencing they'd set up in left field. 2-run homer. 8-3. Ramirez with 22 now. 7th loaded up. Melvin Moore in his first Orioles at bat. The middle. Roberto Alomar fancy play. And the Indians win it by a count of 14-3. So 1-0 for the Indians and 7-7 for the season. Jason Beret won in his debut by allowing 3 runs in 8 innings. Change. First baseman Chris Richard and minor league pitcher Mark Nussbeck. Timlin has 11 saves and 15 chances this season. He's more likely to play the setup man in St. Louis as the closer David Veer's going well enough already. How about game 2 of the Indians and the Orioles here? We're in the first no score. Holbert Cabrera's on first. Jose Mercedes pitching. Cabrera racing. Melvin Mora makes the good catch and tag. And the defense is festive there. We're in the bottom of the 1st. Steve Woodard's first pitch is a member of the Indians, and Brady Anderson takes that thing over the wall. His 13th, 5th leadoff shot of the year. 1-0 of the Orioles. Still 1-0 in the 8th. Allen Mills against Will Cordero. Cordero going to center. Matos after it. Luis Matos hauls it back in. We take another look to see how Czech Republic women 18-20 feel. And they verify he caught the ball. The Orioles get the split. Some good pitching by Jose Mercedes. He's won 3 straight starts now. Woodard's only mistake cost him his Indians debut.